welcome to another episode of Trafficking Insights. How can I explain it? Every officer, every investigator, detective, they have a case that haunts them at night, a unsolved case, and that brings close to home. And this particular case, like the explainer is going to explain to you. I still search for her, Maria. Not every day like in the beginning. I hours and hours on the website that they were selling her at. We were able to find one photo, but I constantly, every time I have a chance, any clue that comes in, search for Maria Fernanda. It haunts me to this day. I still listen to her mother's messages that she has sent me, crying, and hearing the baby in the background. This is how I feel. I'm lost for words. I just wanted to explain to you before the explainer that I'm still looking. We hit a couple of brick walls, but we have a couple of new leads, and we always working on new leads. Again, this, like I said, it just hits me, and every good investigator, any good detective has a certain case that that they wish they can solve, give closure to the family. And when I heard the news as well that they found a cadaver with the head all cut off, and people were saying it was her, I cried my eyes out that night. And we asked forensics the following day, me and my team, because me and my team is always searching, even online, for her, if she had a scar, because she had her appendix taken out. That person with the head cut off that they found had a scar as appendix, and they said no. So that's how the mother was able to know that that's not her daughter. Like I said, we have some leads to this day, working on it, but the explainer would explain the whole story of Maria Fernanda. So again, thanks for your support, and let me know also if you guys like hearing the explainer. I normally don't like talking, and you guys hear me rumble, blah, 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 but the explainer explains it clearly, and that's why I started fusing it with my with these YouTube snippets, I guess you want to call it. So anyways, gotta get ready to go, do what we do best. Got my vest on, and I would see you soon. I haven't been frequent in putting up videos for several reasons. It takes a lot of time. It wasn't as I expected as far as the fan base, and according to the analytics, you guys, when you watch, like right now it's like 3 minutes in, 3 minutes and a half, you guys already stopped listening, according to the analytics. So that's why it takes so much of my time for no one to listen. So anyways, but I'll still put up content here and there. So anyways, thank you, take care.
So today we're going to talk about a story that is just heartbreaking. It's about Maria Fernanda Beltran Trillos, a young 22-year-old mom from Colombia. She went to the Dominican Republic looking for a better life, and then she just disappeared.
And this quote, this is an ordeal for us. I mean, you can just feel the pain in those words. It really sets the stage for what this family's been going through. This story starts with so much hope, but it quickly turns into one of exploitation. And now, just this agonizing, deafening silence.
So let's get to know Maria Fernanda a little bit. Her family and friends all called her Mafer. She's just 22 years old, from Cúcuta, Colombia. She was the youngest of 5 kids, and from what her family says, she was really the life and soul of their family. And, the reason she left is a story we've heard so many times before. It all came down to her daughter, who's just 6 years old. The plan was simple, right? Go to the Dominican Republic, work for about 3 months, make some good money in dollars, and then come right back home to give her little girl a better future.
That was the whole dream. Okay, so let's break down how this all unfolded. This timeline really lays it out, from that hopeful start to, well, to where we are now. And it all kicked off on September 27th, 2023. So she gets there, and that dream of good-paying work, it just fell apart, almost immediately. She ended up in Puerto Plata, which, is a big tourist spot, but for Moffer, it was anything but a vacation.
She found herself working for a woman known only by this chilling nickname, La Diabla, which means the she-devil. And right off the bat, things went wrong. Suddenly, she was told she owed this huge amount of money, way more than they'd ever discussed. And then, the most critical part, they took her papers, her documents, and just like that, she was trapped.
But then, there was a glimmer of hope. In December, it looked like things were finally turning around. She got in touch with her family with some news that sounded like she'd found an escape route.
She tells them, I got out. I'm away from that horrible situation. She'd even met a new partner, a guy who was helping her get back on her feet. She even had a date to come home, December 21st. She told her family the nightmare was almost over. You can just imagine the relief they must have felt.
So December 21st came and went, and she didn't come home. But then on the 29th, something really special happened. It was this incredibly normal moment. She was on a video call with her mom for pretty much the whole day. She'd sent some money home, and she was helping her mom pick out clothes for her little girl. Just a completely normal, sweet conversation between a mother and daughter. During that call, she mentioned she was heading to an island for New Year's Eve, and that she probably wouldn't have any phone service. And that was it. That was the last time anyone in her family ever spoke to her. And what came after that call? Just an unbearable void, a total blank. Now it's been 4 long months filled with nothing but questions, fear, and this desperate, desperate search for answers. And to make things even more torturous, back in February, they got a call. A woman's body had been found, and the description matched Moffer's. I mean, can you even imagine? They had to go through this excruciating wait for the test to come back, only to be told it wasn't her. It was this incredibly cruel twist, a flash of the worst possible news, followed by just being thrown right back into that crushing uncertainty. So here we are, 4 months. And for her parents, it's just been an eternity of heartbreak. But the most gut-wrenching part? Her little 6-year-old daughter keeps asking the same question, day after day. When is mommy coming home? And through all of this, her family has been fighting. They haven't stopped. They're pleading for help, begging for any piece of information, any sign that someone is taking this seriously. But what they feel they're getting is just a brick wall, a wall of indifference from the authorities. And this is where the frustration really boils over. You look at what the family is doing, filing reports in Colombia and the Dominican Republic, going public, anything they can think of. And the official response they get back, you have to wait. That's it. One of her relatives even said it feels like the case has just been archived, put in a drawer somewhere with absolutely no new information coming in.
This quote from a relative just says everything, doesn't it? This is making us very sick. It's the not knowing that's the real torture. It's like a sickness that comes from all the uncertainty and the fear, and it's just eating them alive. So that's where things stand, and it leaves us with this one huge, urgent question. For her little girl who just wants her mom back, and for a family that's trapped in this absolute nightmare, the wait just goes on and on. What is it going to take to get them answers? What will it take to find Maria Fernanda?